The records are now open. Welcome, everybody. Come on in to my sacred space here. Let's get down to business with the Akashic Records. My name is Emily Harrison. I am the founder and director inside the Akashic Academy, and I believe that the vast majority of human potential is untapped. And I believe that the access point to tap that potential is through the Akashic Records, which is why I am a mentor to other light workers in the realm of the Akashic Records, teaching them how to expand their impact, learn how to hone in on their gifts, their skills and abilities, clearing all of that past karma, clearing all of that stuff out. Because when we come together and stand in our multidimensional essence, things get really fun. Life gets smooth, exciting, creative. Is it always easy? No way. But we can bring a new element of ourselves to this experience here on the planet. And I promise you guys, when you do, magic begins to unfold. This is the level of magic, of storybook fantasy, I can tell you. I can tell you that. Let me plug my headphones in here. I'm excited to dive. Hello, once you get here, I want to say hello back to you. And also, please share where you're from. This is part of our sacred ritual when we come here together. I want us to begin to visualize lights all over this planet. Begin to allow yourself to experience this global movement from a lot of different aspects of your own energy. Not just showing up here and participating, but recognizing who's coming here with you and where they are and how all of these pinpoints of light are connecting us all around the planet. They're creating pathways for more pinpoints of light to be illuminated. So let us know where you are illuminating the globe when you get here. Bree, Colleen, Rhonda, Paul, let us know where you are. Jessica, Lamora, Janice, Kinzel, Stephanie. I love all you guys so much. So many of you guys are just part of this community and collective group that shows up every single week. Thank you for being the recurs. Usually I'm always like, who are the newcomers? I love the newcomers. I do love newcomers. But today, like as I go through this, I'm just like, wow, this is a soul family coming in here. If you're new to the soul family, welcome to the soul family. Let me say that. Carith is here. Elizabeth is here. Natasha. T-Dubs is here. Kelly. Cindy. Nice. Alicia is here from Texas. Oh, South Africa, Orange County, New Zealand. Get some all over the place. I'm in the high Sierras. Let's get this party rocking and rolling even a little bit more. I'm going to take just a moment here to share out. Will you guys please share this out? This is also your sharing right now is participating in creating pathways to expand this knowledge, to expand what is possible for me, for you, for the collective, for Mother Earth. This is a global mission, and you are taking part in it just by sharing this out. I shared it out, but not where I meant to. I'm going to share to a couple of groups here. Nice. All right. I'm going to start a watch party too. I am not still 100% sure how the watch party works, but I'm starting one. And I'd like to invite you guys to start a watch party too. All right? So, oh, I'm hearing myself. I forgot to put myself on mute. So here's how it works. Hello, John. I see you here today. Hayden, I see you here. Wanda is in the house. Love me a little bit. Watch shining brightly. Wanda, I was thinking about you this morning. I'm going to text you. I got a little insight for you. Nova Scotia, Canada. Joyce Weaver in the house. Bethany Wolf. Love it. Kelly, come on in, come on in, come on in. So this is how it works in this space. I am going to tune into the Akashic Records of the collective. For those of you who would like to ask questions, you are giving me permission to access your Akashic Records. Now, what are your Akashic Records? This is the realm of consciousness where all information has been programmed. The etheric field acts as a storehouse, as a recording mechanism for every experience, past, present, even future, because even though we think future hasn't taken place yet, that's just because of how we understand time as human beings, so that we don't blow our damn circuits down here. But time doesn't actually work that way.
okay? It's working forward, backward, all at once, all at the same time, in a way that is very, very, very mind-bending. Just focus on your right now. Because truthfully, all karma, past life, future life, all of that can be established, understood, neutralized, expanded, whatever we need to do with it, depending on what it is, in the now present moment. But all information, including future possibility, is accessible for you in this etheric field. This is not recorded from the same way you experience your life. So don't get all scared. You'll be like, damn, I was going to ask a question, but I don't want her in the records of everything that's ever happened in my life. You're like, get out, bitch. Pardon my French. I've noticed that's a new one. I say the F word. I say the S word a lot. I say ass a lot. I don't use the B word often like that. I've used it twice this week. Interesting. Noted. Oh, something's shifting in me. Oh, no. Anyway. Janet Davis, first time here. Welcome. So when you ask a question, you are in essence giving me permission to access this high level information, but I promise you, it's not the way you remember the situation about your life. You remember yourself very judgmentally, even if you think you're beyond judgment. We have not attained a level of self-love and self-examination yet consistently in our lives. When we do, we will have reached a higher state of being, a higher state of consciousness. I don't even have that level of self-love for myself. It's very easy for me to get that and see that in other people because I see the purity of your energy. When I'm seeing my own stuff, I'm seeing through my own experience. So I have to go up into my records too still a lot of times to be able to see these dynamic patterns. I've built an instant connection to a certain point. Lots of times it's like bam, bam, bam. And that's what you guys are going to see today. You're going to see the bam, 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 bam kind of information coming in. All right. When we go into your Akashic records during a private session or during apprenticeship with me, because I teach other light workers how to do this, I am taking you into the presence of your own Akash. Actually, we did that today within intuitive development. You are not just receiving and hearing the information from me. You have the opportunity to stand in that frequency. And that's the transmission frequency that I'm going to bring in. I'm going to bring in the consciousness of the lesson that we're talking about, that we're shifting, that we're understanding. And everybody can receive that. So you are all allowed to ask questions. Know that as soon as you ask a question, you are actually, even if I don't answer your question, you are in essence asking your own Akash. And I want to invite you to tune your awareness to the insight that you get, not only during this show, but over the course of the next several days, especially now with the new moon. Happy new moon, by the way. Because that's the nature of how we work. You ask a question and you're going to begin to receive insight. Now, how we ask questions is a good one, but I can promise you when you're coming and asking within this sacred space, I'm not going to go into all of that today because I want to play, I want to have some fun. But I want you to recognize that there's a quality to the question that you ask, to the intention with which you ask a question when you're asking in sacred growth space, like what we're creating here, that invites the highest level of awareness that you're ready to receive. And that may come through me or it may not come through me. The fact that you are inviting it here in this space, you will receive that. So I want you to trust and hold space for that. All right, let's dive into some questions now. Some questions. Okay, Alaya Francisco, first timer. I'd love anything that comes through for me. First timer. Okay, so Alaya Francisco. Okay, there's definitely like a big shift. Big ol' like crossroad, a powerful energy happening in your life. Honestly, it really feels so big that I almost hesitate. It makes sense to me now why I said, as soon as you ask a question, you give me permission to dive into your records, but I promise I'll be nice, because I don't normally say that. A lot of people here who hang out with me, you guys know that's not part of my normal speech. Very, very interesting, because Alaya, I'm feeling like it's such a big thing. It's such a big crossroads, and it's your first time here. It's almost like, oh, I don't want to. All right. So please feel free to connect with me afterwards. I'm going to keep it very, very gentle for you. But it feels like there is almost like a shaking, a breaking down, a deconstruction of the former life. And this is happening for a lot of people. To what degree? Depends on how you like to learn your lessons or how you tell the universe you like to learn your lessons. Many times we're learning the hard way when we don't really want to learn the hard way. But I'm seeing it's just, there's a lot of shift, a lot of change coming in. And it's almost like you need to go inward right now into like a safe inward space. It's almost like a cave, an inner earth kind of space that I see you in. And it's like, let the dust settle, let the dust settle, let the dust settle. Just observe, take in, because there's a whole new world emerging on the outside of this. Like, honestly, and I know that this is symbolic, but they're showing me like apocalyptic kind of stuff. So it's like, almost like there was a giant earthquake and everything came down, and you're inside of this protected space. But they're saying, just like hang out in that protected space, observe, just be there for a second, because things are rearranging, realigning, like all over the place out here. And you're going to be best suited by observing and adapting your highest evolutionary qualities and contributing them to this new situation. All right, let me know if that's resonating with you. I know that's a lot of deep stuff coming in there. Okay. Okay, Elias says yes, completely death of ego. Okay. Anything for a velvet named Jorge, not George. All right, yes, of course, of course. Okay. It's interesting, and then my eye was immediately drawn up to Janice's comment about the astral travel, and George, they're nailing you on astral travel. Jorge, Georgie, Jorge. So I'm going to address astral travel. This is coming in really big for you. Let's talk about Jorge. Let's connect. All of you guys who I'm inviting to connect with me privately, it's because there's a little more information coming in for you that I would just love to be able to talk to you individually about. So shoot me out that message. The astral travel coming in for you and what's going on for you during dream time, you're not completely absorbing it, they're saying, and there are some adjustments and shifts that you can make in your daytime routine so that you can have more of a lucid experience, meaning you're going to remember more and it's going to make more sense of what's happening, okay? Because astral travel is coming in big for you. Okay, so I'm going to jump up to Janice now. Oh, I didn't do an activation for Elia. Okay. I almost said, pardon my French. I didn't actually say a bad word, but that's what I broke protocol. Okay, we'll go back. We will go back and we'll do a nice big one here for all of these, okay? Okay. Janice, I also astral travel and come from a shamanic healer descent and would love to know anything else. Okay. The idea of recognizing what our starseed ancestry is and being able to illuminate it more dynamically is a huge revelation that can come in through the records, and I've been seeing this pattern a lot lately. So, Georgie, Jorge, George, this coming in for you too, tying in for both of you guys. You're going to be able, and this is for everybody, you're going to be able to learn more about your specific gifts, skills, and abilities from your ancestors, whether you look at your ancestors as the Native Americans or the Palladians or the Syrians or the Arcturians or the Inner Earthians, the Garthans. There we go. Better. That's the first thing that they want to say. Janice, for you specifically, because you already know this about yourself, and here's the thing. Once you see it and once you recognize it in yourself, it's like looking in on your own DNA and acknowledging yourself, and it begins to illuminate your DNA from the inside. It begins to allow the consciousness that is inherently within that knowledge and essence of who you are, Janice, as a shamanic healer and as an astral traveler, to continue to unfold and be illuminated. So these are actually your next steps. So the next pieces that you will uncover about your own starseed lineage, and your gifts and skills and abilities will be illuminated through your shamanic journeying and your astral traveling. So what they're suggesting is create a shamanic journeying. Basically, they're kind of tying both of those things together. Oh, and that's big too. Thank you very much, Janice. Thank you. It's a big, nice understanding, nice confirmation for me, because in the Akashic records, I really work with light workers to marry, weave, meld your modalities. And they're bringing in that idea of the shamanic healing with the astral traveling. As you do those things together for the pursuit of your own knowledge and expansion, that's what will unfold you more. So to continue to follow that path, and there's more along that path, it's like the Legend of Zelda. You guys remember that video game? You learn things, and then you take those elixirs with you, and then you keep going, and then you just keep going. But you're building upon everything that you're already learning. A lot of times we tend to think that Spirit's saying disjointedly, like it's, okay, so now I have this, now I need to work on this aspect, and then I'll work on this aspect next. They're showing a lot of times with our life we do that. And I'll be honest, inside the Akashic Academy, we're definitely melding everything together, but we're taking a moment to compartmentalize. We had Love, Sex February month. We have Money March month. Okay, so yes, there's an element that's important to detach and look at everything individually and how it works. But we're also being called to learn to meld this information and weave it in and out of each other in a new and very specific way. And that can be done and identified through the records. And I work with my Akashic Records students to create their own modalities. And that's what I'm beginning to realize, that it's not like peace, 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 peace. And oh, I just realized we actually see. I thought we might have been very human in the academy and done piece by piece by piece. We are, but look how we're tying it together. Those of you guys who are members of the academy, you know, we are actually taking all of the energy that we harness, all of the knowledge and awareness from Love, Sex, Relationship Month, which really had to do with understanding life force energy and creative energy, because that's what sex energy is. And it's expressed through our love, through our relationships. And we are building upon that to examine our money. So yes, you compartmentalize, but yes, you continue to follow the momentum that you've already built. Okay, let me see what what transmission wants to come in. All right. So we're going to bring in, first of all, a transmission for, there's a lot of dream time. Ooh, okay. When we're working in the dream state, there's a much higher level of plasmic energy present, is what they're saying to me. And as we're moving through, we're entering into this solar storm right now, where the plasmic energy has been heightened. Because of that, we can actually experience a lot in our dream time right now. Whether it's, it's basically astral travel, but that means the consciousness leaving the body and moving into another dimension of time and space, focused in that essence for a particular reason, whether it's learning, whether it's, I was talking about Janelle Cameron earlier today in intuitive development. Janelle Cameron doing a lot of work, shifting the grid, going out there doing her sorcery work. Sometimes we're doing work, sometimes we're learning, sometimes we're actually going back and neutralizing our own karma, sometimes we're participating in other cosmic experiments that are going on the planet. But a lot's going on in our dream time right now. So part of this activation that I want to bring in is the shift in our own energy, which, by the way, the awareness is going to be the first thing to do that for us. But the ability to have more acute understanding and recall and connection in our dream time. Okay. And then for all of those of you guys out there who are like Janice, you're at the stage where you have looked inward and acknowledged a certain amount of your own essence. I just want to honor you and hold space for you. And now all of a sudden, everybody's turning to that space. Maybe you've never turned inward and looked at yourself quite the same way that you've done today. Maybe you've never held that space to honor these insights about yourself. Bringing that in through in this transmission as well. So space to honor the illumination that is already unfolding. And the shift within our plasmic field to more dynamically participate with this unfolding. And we're also bringing in a clearing and a peace. This one's for Alaya. Remember how I talked about Alaya, like being in that tucked, safe space? As I'm holding my hands here, I just see this sphere of energy working, and I want to, if you want to receive this, just imagine your consciousness tucked in this safe space within this energetic ball that I'm holding here in my hands, this energetic ball of consciousness. Type yes to receive this. Acknowledge to the universe that you're receiving all of that alchemy that we put into this ball, the peace, the healing, the plasmic adjustments, and the self-honoring. See yourself. Cool. All right, nice deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to release that one. Good. All right, how you guys feel? You guys feeling good up in here? Who's feeling good up in here? Oh, nice. Okay. Jacinth, maybe it's just Jacinth. Maybe I'm trying too hard. Jacinth Goslin. Hi, Emily. I'm wondering if you might receive anything to help me really grow my healing practice. I could really use some insight to help kickstart it off. Would be so grateful. Thank you so much. Boy, can we. Let me just say you have found yourself in the right space, because this specific path, opening and awakening to your gifts and skills and figuring out how you show up in service to the planet, is what we are engaging in, the rise of the light workers. This is the mission of the Akashic Academy. There are a lot of dynamic elements of support. This is a multidimensional transformation. There's a lot of ways that our light workers need support. They need structural support, they need formulas, they need foundations, they need a community of other light workers who are growing and expanding. That's what I'm seeing the biggest thing for you, Jacinth, is that right now in your minds, it feels like you're going at it alone. It feels like, it feels like you're starting on this business. It's almost like they're showing me, because my mom sold Mary Kay growing up, right? So Mary Kay is part of a very, very big organization, but when you sign on to do it, you're taking on the responsibility of doing all of the things. And yes, they provide training and you're going through, but it's like I'm seeing you kind of go through it like this. And then they're saying, what happens when you go to the Mary Kay support meeting, when you go to the conference in Hawaii, and you're getting it all up in that Hawaii, that energy with all of that good ass prana. And you start to light up and you start to feel the support of the community. And then you have an expansion for a while. My mom would sell some friggin' Mary Kay after she came back from her conferences. And then what happens? Then it kind of winds down. And you get back and you're like, all right, what happened? You start settling back into this essence of staying connected in that, ooh, good ass prana, get it up in here. That's what we're creating inside the Akashic Academy. And it's fundamental that you have a consistent flow of that in your life, because that level of collaboration, again, collaboration versus competition is a huge template understanding that, and when I say template understanding, I mean, we're shifting in all aspects of our consciousness to encompass this idea. Are we doing a great job at it? Well, not yet. In the Academy, we are. Because the intentional space that this space was built on Recognize that difference. Recognize how much innate competition there is built into us, and how much that does not represent the true nature and essence of who we are. That represents the singularity of which we have incarnated to. And it's okay that we incarnate into singularity. It's okay that we find harmony through conflict. So that's how we're rolling right now. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We can ease up on it a little bit. I have conflicts in my life now that look like, I give my hubby a sour look, and it's like exchanged in a quick look, and then I'm like, oh, I need to be kinder and working on whatever. Oh, hell, in the beginning of this relationship, I am so passionate and fiery. I would have taken that sideways look, ripped that son of a bitch, look at this again 3 times, apart, made a national case out of it. Because that's the way that I was programmed on a subconscious level to work my karma out. Now that I see that about myself, I don't do that so much anymore. It's similar to this construct of competition versus collaboration. The idea of competition is really ingrained in us so subtly that sometimes we're competing and we don't even realize it. Let me ask you this. Ooh, this is good. Oh, this is good. Are you competing with yourself, or are you collaborating with yourself? Let's say that you're like, Emily, I don't really compete with other people. I only compete with myself. I want to do my best. I hold myself to a really high standard. That's me a lot of times. I like to play with myself. Reminds me of a very funny story that Ray Romano told. Because his kids are really competitive, right? He's talking about golf. And he's at a resort. Oh, talk about Hawaii. Getting all the good ass prana. I think his story took place in Hawaii. On this resort in Hawaii with his family. And the kids are always like, Dad, did you win when you play golf? Did you win? Did you win? And he's like, kids, it's not about winning. I'm not playing other people because he's like, I'm terrible. I would never win. I'm just playing with myself. I'm just seeing if I can do better than I did last time. And so he's in this resort in Hawaii, and the kids are playing in the pool, and he's been out golfing, and he comes back in. And of course, anytime Ray Romano walks into a space, everybody's looking, right? And the kids wave to him, hey, Dad, did you have fun playing with yourself? I like that story. But let me ask you, maybe you feel like you've solved your jealousy, your competition with the outside world. Go inward. How are you treating yourself right now? Are you competing with yourself, or are you collaborating with yourself? I feel like there is a lot of expectation put on this new business. Janith, did I say it right? Jacynthia. No, I didn't even say it damn close. Sorry. I was scrolling. I had butterflies, and I'm like, scroll back, find that name so you can pronounce it right. I don't even still know if I'm pronouncing it right. You're hearing me. Appreciate the guidance. Again, I'd love to connect with you as well afterwards and create more space to empower you. Because those of you who are stepping up and stepping into this, you are so important to the planet. Your confidence, your clarity, space for your curiosity and expansion for you to move freely about this planet is important, because you bring that to what your practice, how you show up. And I want to support that and unlock that in you, because it's magical. All right, 12:30, so we have to wrap up. I'm going to send anybody who would like to receive for their business. You guys got businesses going? This is for our business, our light workers out there who want to step more dynamically into their business. I'm going to allow you guys to receive this. Even if you're in this, honestly, they're just correcting me. It's for everybody. Even if your spiritual business is with yourself, that last question that I got down to in my own mind and heart, are you collaborating with yourself, or are you competing with yourself? Holding space for anybody who would like to receive the energy, the peace, and the release of so much that we've been holding when we just start collaborating with ourselves instead of competing with ourselves. If you want to receive that, the consciousness of learning to collaborate with yourself. Say yes. I'm sending that energy through for you all. Thank you guys so much for joining me, for hanging out with me. I love Wednesdays. Robin McClendon's coming up next. And then we got Sifu Bogi and Robin coming after. It's a great day here at the Akashic Academy. I also want to invite any of you guys who are excited or curious to dive more deeply into your Akashic records. This is just a taste of what can be accessed through this realm and how we can really begin shifting massive things in your life. And I want to help you do that. I want to help you live a life that feels magical. That's what we're here to experience, that essence of awe and peace and confidence and collaboration. So if you resonate with this, I invite you to reach out to me. What do I mean by reach out to me? Please send me a private message on Facebook. That is that's my favorite way for you to get a hold of me. And I look forward to connecting with you guys and learning and growing together inside the Akashic Academy. If you're not a member of the Academy, you got to join. Bye.